Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
When I truly do say that this predator really made me question a lot, I truly do mean it. It made me question how stupid a person could be in a situation and how did someone become this stupid while being a fully grown adult. Today, I'm going to be exposing an iPhone 24 man, VR chat, Roblox, Discord, and YouTube predator by the name of MentalGlitch, or simply known as just Guest, or LxstGuest with an X as the A. This predator has done such things as send pyrocynical images to under iPhone 18, and also send pictures of himself in boxers to people in that range as well, threaten to silence me, threaten to get someone swatted using software that sends cheese pizza to their router, say that they turn into forsaken characters because of DID, and pretend to be their mother to try to get out of it all. I got one hell of a story to tell, so let's begin with the first victim, Amelia. Amelia is an iPhone 15 and is also an addict to a type of content I can't say on here, which that's kind of what puberty does to you, but I digress. Amelia was posting not safe for work content in Guest's server, which in that specific channel only adults were allowed. Remember that Amelia is an iPhone 15, by the way. Well, Amelia doing that pissed off Guest really bad where he wanted to get Amelia in a VC for some reason. Was it to be roasted or for a confrontation? I'm not sure. But while telling Amelia to get into VC, Amelia is busy during that time because people have actual lives unlike this dweeb. Amelia was called the R-slur, cursed at, and was called a reverse pedo, which doesn't make sense since that just makes you a victim. I don't know what was going through his head, but it wasn't much, which by the way, what Guest should have done is unfriend them, ban them, and move on. But no, he had to drag it to cause more drama. Amelia was labeled as a reverse pedophile, blacklisted from servers using his client he made, which is basically what happened during that. Guest is a hypocrite for this whole posting not safe for work thing, which you will see why in the next victim section. Victim Red is also a minor and has disorders. They were a member of Guest's quote-unquote Roblox family, which, by the way, online families are easy ways to manipulate and groom people, and knowing Guest, this was probably his goal with this. Reminder that this is an iPhone 24 man talking to under iPhone 18s, adding them to a quote-unquote family. Anyways, Victim Red has been sent stuff such as furry and Garcello vor art of Guest's Roblox character giving birth, and a real-life picture of him in his boxers. Remember that this is an iPhone 24 man sending these to under iPhone 18s. Guest is insane for this. How crazy do you have to be to send these to minors? This is not just unacceptable, it's plain wrong. No sane normal iPhone 24 would send these to minors. Remember that Amelia was called a reverse pedophile for semi-normal, not safe for work. Meanwhile, Guest is straight up saying pyrocynical art to minors. This is straight up crime, and this makes him a straight up predator. Now to the next victim. Victim Orange is an iPhone 21 and was threatened into silence by Guest. How Guest did it is he claimed that he had a software that would send cheese pizza to his router and get him swatted. This is a lie, but Victim Orange didn't know that and was blackmailed into doing his bidding. This is a straight up crime in the United States where Guest lives. Now I don't have any screenshot of this, but I got the info from Victim Orange over Discord. Now to the next victim. Victim Maroon is an under iPhone 18 who runs a quote-unquote blood cult, which may seem very wrong at first, but it's very far from an actual blood cult. They worship blood and only give it when it's needed in medical purposes, and they worship a blood god to give them strength through life. Basically a normal religion based around blood and not a cult. But Guest didn't look in the fine print and do an ounce of research and labeled the server as an actual blood cult, blacklist them from his servers using his client, even though it's just normal religion based around blood and caring for yourself. Guest is straight up lying about who is bad and who is good. Now time for the next victim. You may be asking yourself, wait, you're a victim? And the answer is, yes I am. I was threatened into silence by them once after they left me after I threatened them back after they threatened me, because I go band for band. Later down the road, once I was working on this case, and tried confronting them live on stream on the Narfy Nerfy live channel when I got banned from their server, and after that happened, they blacklisted me using their client and said I had stolen fame, which I don't know how that makes sense. I worked hard for 5 years on this platform, and I didn't steal any fame. I worked hard for what I got, which Guest doesn't know how that feels. He also said I threatened to dox him, which, while I did, it was in self-defense after he threatened to silence me because I go band for band. He also said I'm a reverse pedo, which still doesn't make sense, that it makes me a victim. Said I was an iPhone 17, even though I'm iPhone 18. Said I flirted with him and his husband, which he knows damn well that ain't nobody flirting with his fanboy and chum-chum ass haircut, lip piercing, and ugly ass. He also says I'm stalking him, which yes I am, that's the whole point of catching predators. Says I flirt with minors, which no I don't, and I never will. That would be a Guest thing, not an Narfy thing. Anyways, time to talk about his lies. Guest has lied about a lot of things, first being his disorder since he acts completely normal around people. He says he has DID where he turns into Forsaken characters, which is such a lie that I had to contact an actual real-life doctor online to ask them for the truth about DID. This is what they said, end quote. DID works like a reaction. Whenever DID activates, it results in mood swings and changes in behavior, not turning into a completely different person or persona, end quote. I feel like I'm Kendrick Lamar in the Kendrick vs. Drake beef, where Jake just lies about his life. Meanwhile, Kendrick actually lived that life. Guest lies about his disorders. Meanwhile, I have actual autism, and I've been to a mental hospital to get help whenever I got too angry. He doesn't know how this feels. He lies to gain favors and to gain sympathy from others. Second, he also lied about what his victims have actually done to him, saying they are reverse pedos or stalking him or done something to him. Meanwhile, that's not the truth, and I'm here to expose the truth. He also claims he's being harassed by an iPhone 13 and has cops on that iPhone 13, which is not true, and is most likely him trying to show how good he is to minors, where the real goal is just to prey on them. Now, it's time for me to tell the story of the second attempt at confrontation and the crazy Looney Tunes situation that came during that confrontation. After the failure of the first confrontation live on stream on the Narfy Nerfy channel, I contacted one of my moles in his server to join him on Roblox where he was drinking on New Year's Eve. I joined him and began telling everyone the truth, telling about the evidence I had on him and making fun of him in the process. He was speechless and asked me to call him on his actual phone, which I didn't do because I didn't want my phone number being leaked because I ain't stupid. So I contacted him on Discord and we called. I didn't want to record it or stream it because I wanted it to be man to man. Here's what happened during that call. He first began throwing insults at me, which didn't affect me, and then he said he had evidence against me. I asked to see it, but he refused, so he doesn't have any. He said that the cop in his ear was telling him stuff. So I asked to see the earpiece, and he refused, because he doesn't have one. I began making fun of him and showing my evidence on him, which he began screaming at me, making me laugh my ass off and lose my shit. He began telling me to dox him, which I said no, because I don't want to go to jail. He then pretended to get his mother on the call, where he pitched his voice a little higher to pretend to be his mother, making my jaw actually drop in real life because I couldn't believe he was acting this stupid. I asked him to turn on the camera to see his mother, where it was just him with a paper bag over his head like he's Cody Rhodes. I can't make this shit up. I just decided to keep making fun of him. I was done with his bullshit as he was not going to go man to man with me. I decided to try to get him some help and was about to give him a phone number to call to get help, and then he left a call. So I left, and that was the confrontation. In short, MentalGlitch, aka Guest, aka LxstGuest with the X replacing the A, is a iPhone 24 man predator who sent pictures of pyrocynical art, pictures of himself, to under iPhone 18s, blackmails and threatens people, lies about the truth, and a manipulator. If you have any evidence on him, contact @NarfyNerfy on Discord, and I could make a follow-up video if enough evidence is brought against him. Anyways, I'm Narfy Nerfy. Stay Narfy, which means radical, finger painter, and I'll see y'all later.